Yo, it's JSF here, your boy Osoy. Got another Gran Blue Fantasy video, or Gran Blue Fantasy Versus video. I wanted to take a minute to talk about Gran, however y'all say his name. Game says Gran, so I'm saying Gran. Shit is Gran Blue Fantasy. Anyway, I just want to talk about how good Gran is. And before I start, I don't want anybody to think this is me saying Gran's bad, or he's not as good, or he's not, like he needs help, or it's unfair, like other characters are super broken and he's not good. That's not what I'm saying, right? Gran's a really good character. Gran has some really stupid shit himself. Like, why can this be plus? Oh wait, you can't see the frame advantage. Hold on 1 second. Why can this be plus? Why can this be plus even easier? Even more plus? Like, there's a lot. Like, this is plus, this is plus, this is plus, this is plus, plus, I'm still plus. Like, I'm not saying Gran's a terrible character when I make this video. Like, don't get me wrong, his forward throw's good. If you can get the setup, right off his forward throw, I'm fucking it up so bad. Plus, off forward throw, right? So Gran's got some bullshit. Sweep's really good. That's not what I'm saying. But I want to talk about how good this character is really. And I'm aware, and I even think his cross-up is stupid as hell. Like, I think this is crazy. Like, granted, you can anti-air. I think this is a really good jump button, but then again, anti-airs, right? So we're gonna get into that. Anyway, so how good is Gran really? Some people are saying top 3, some people just say top tier, but there's only 11 characters. Some top tiers like 3 or 4 characters. Some people say top 4. Some people say he's the best in the game. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna try to, I don't want to say put that debate to rest, because that debate will always exist, but I kind of want to put some things in perspective, and I think a lot of people get caught up in some of the wrong things in what makes a character so good, right? So like, Gran has really good fireball, and if you're from like this range, if you're from like this range, you can just fire that bad boy off if you do the command for it, right? Just fire Ryu, Fireball, Street Fighter 4, just all day. So, especially if they're in the corner. Well, that's punishable from that range, but from this range, a lot of pressure. EX Fireballs plus, as you know, EX Fireballs plus, even from right in their face. EX Fireballs plus, right? His crouch flight's good. You can combo off of it, even from mid-screen, right? Pretty good. Universal overhead is what you expect it to be. He's got that. Like I said, fireball game's good. Medium fireballs, 2 hits. So it's 2 hits. Whoa, it's 2 hits up close. And if you get them to trade fireballs, you can have them trade with the first hit, and the second hit you still get your projectile off, which is really good, right? So Gran has ways to deal with zoning, because his fireball game is decent. I mean, there's a universal dodge mechanic to get, you know, to get through zoning. He's got this. If you're from this range, if you wanna, I'm plus. You know, he's got the boot, but I don't think Gran is the best or among the. I don't think he's in the same tier as other characters, so to speak. Like, I don't think he's Charlotta tier. I don't think he's, I don't want to say fairy tier, but probably fairy tier. Well, maybe they're in the same tier. I don't want to say that, because I don't want to make this a tier list discussion, because I don't know who's in what tier, right? I want to just say that I think Gran is slightly overrated. I know he's really good. I know this character's good. I played Gran. Like, when this game first came out, I tried to play Matera, and I wanted to play Matera, and I still feel like if I got a lot better at the matchups in this game, I could probably get away with playing Matera, but not having a reversal sucks. So he also has DP, you know, and Shoryu Reppa. Yeah, so I'm gonna use a lot of Street Fighter terminology, by the way, if y'all don't know. So I'm gonna say DP instead of Rising Sword. I'm gonna say Dragon Punch, Shoryu, blah 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 blah, Shoryu Reppa, Fireball, Hadouken, whatever you want to call it. This is his Tatsu, even though it's just the boot, the Tim boot, the Tatsu, whatever you want to call it, etc. So you're gonna hear some Street Fighter terminology. But anyway, I think a lot of people think Gran is super good because one, he's the poster boy, right? He's very easy to play. He's Ryu. He's Street Fighter 4 or 5 Ryu. That's who he is, right? So he's the first character you're gonna pick when you play the game for most people. So he has all the essentials. They made sure he's got Fireball, he's got VP, he's got a charge special or an advancing special, I should say. Everybody's got a sweep. There's certain things that everybody's got, but he's just got decent tools, right? Crouch light that you can combo off of, overhead you can combo off of on counter hit. He doesn't have the little other nuances that other characters have. Like Matera's universal overhead has her going backwards. Like that's not something you would give to the poster boy because you want him to. This character is designed for you to learn the game, and that's part of why I picked Gran first because I wanted to learn how to play this game. I know a lot of people don't do that. You want to learn your character, and that's cool. But I think you should learn Gran before learning any other character because he's gonna teach you how to play this game. Like he's gonna teach you super jump, cross up, great. But everybody in the game can anti-air you. And that's another thing I want to talk about. We're still early in this game. This shit hasn't even been out a month. It's been a few weeks. Everybody isn't doing everything yet. Like staggers are really good right now. But I'm even starting to notice now people are starting to mash out of the staggers in online. Like I'm trying to get that dash up a little bit and I'm getting hit out of it. Like people are starting to see it. And Gran is one of those characters, like a lot of characters in a lot of different fighting games who are day one powerful, right? When you first buy the game and you play against a Gran player and he does this, he's plus, this he's plus, this he's plus. And then like say you go to Gran and does this, right? Micro dash, plus, EX Fireball, still plus. You have to hold all that shit. Now if you block the boot, I might be punishable, I might just be minus. It says I'm even here when I'm glowing yellow, but even in the training mode means you can still be slightly minus, you're just not punishable. So with that sequence, I wasn't punishable, I was plus all the way inside the boot, right? So I understand why when you first get this game, that looks like it's broken as hell. Not to mention, you know, I can and apparently according to the early frame data, Gran has 5 frame lights, so 5 frames. And everybody in the game doesn't have that. Like Catalina's fastest button is 6 frames. From going by the frame data that's floating around, I haven't tested it myself, and it's not in the game, so that's what they're giving us at the moment. So we're saying Gran has 5 frame buttons. Okay, so these are just a lot of his strengths. His sweep's really good. Combo off of it, you can get big damage in the corner. That's not an optimal combo, but you know, you get the point, right? 47% in the corner, not optimal off a low sweep. Not to mention the overhead combos, if it counter hits, the same thing. So Gran, I think, suffers from one being day one strong because he has stuff that like normally in fighting games like, oh, this is plus, this is really good. Well, didn't mean to do that. This is Fireball. 2, he's very easy to use because he's the poster boy. Gran is the easiest character to play in this game, and I know Charlotta exists. I know she exists, but Gran's the easiest character to play. She at least has charge motions. I know you don't have to do them all the time, but like, yeah, oh man, that character, she's something else. But we're talking about Gran here, right? He's very easy to use. He can do a ton of damage. He can be plus or safe through a lot of things, like on block, right? That's the thing a lot of people get lost in, being safe on block, being plus on block. The thing is, how often are you making them block things? In this game, there's a dodge, there's a roll, and like you don't have to just sit there and block everything. You can EX Fireball, throw it at me, I can dodge it, and it's not hard to do. I can roll past it, it's not hard to do. So everything like this in neutral isn't the greatest thing in the world. It is right now while the game is super young and early and people aren't dodging all of it. But like, I watched Next Level Battle Circuit last night, right? Tournament, I believe Necro won. He's fairy player, really good. I saw a lot of play. I think the grand final is the other guy. I can't remember his name. It's eluding me right now. But he was playing Matera, played a little bit of low weight. One thing I saw is him dodge projectiles more than anybody I've ever seen. And that's like something that's gonna come with play in this game a lot. Because even when I go online, there's like somebody low health and EX Fireball, I chip kill him, right? All you had to do was dodge. jump over it, roll, dodge. Like, there are ways to get around some of this stuff, right? Dodge, roll through. It's like how Fairy has setups, right? Where she just throws EXGG. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to play Fairy at all. But she throws her where we at? Who do I control? Bam, bam, bam. Damn, I can't change who I'm controlling, can I? Opponent, change. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Wait. No. No. There we go. And then she, yeah, there we go. That's a setup, right? That we all know and love. Well, my bad. You get the point, man. I've never played Fairy in my life, and it rolls through you, and then all that. Or there's a setup where she does this, and it just jump light, and it's an overhead. You know the bullshit that I'm talking about. You've all seen it. So the thing with that is, like, if you use the block button, the left right is not real at all. It's not real, right? But we're all getting hit by it because this game's been out 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Yeah, since what? Yeah, 2 weeks. So we're getting hit by fake stuff, right? And that's not to say Fairy's not good, because she has some real setups that you really have to block. So she does have real ones, but people are getting away with the fake ones, right? So in a similar way is how I view Gran. Like, a lot of his bullshit, and Gran does have bullshit, so I don't want people to think, oh, you're saying Gran's not good. No, he's good, but he's supposed to be good. He's the poster boy of the game. He's supposed to be good. He is he's Ryu. He is Ryu in Street Fighter. Like, you can win with him if you outplay your opponent. Gran, you can play with Gran and go as far as you need to go in the game if you outplay your opponent. If I play Fairy or if I play Charlotta, I don't need to outplay you. I don't. Charlotta has a fucking basically full screen charge that's pretty much safe. Certain characters can punish it, certain characters, like Gran, cannot punish it. And here's where I get into what causes him to be weaker in some aspects, right? Let's see. Wait. Ooh, that was good anti-air. Oh wait, I didn't even record that. Ooh. Alright, so Gran can anti-air. Sorry. I got distracted. I wanted to see something real quick. I think it was what was the character I was playing? That, like, their crouching heavy has such a weird hitbox that they couldn't anti-air Fairy, and I was like, damn, I wonder if Gran can do it. So Gran can anti-air Fairy, which is great. Great, wonderful. But I was talking about his weaknesses, so that wasn't the best time to show that. But Gran suffers, like, he's a stubby character, right? And he's really not, like, that's got decent range, that's got some okay range. But in this game where we have Catalina, where we have Fairy, where we have Matera can hit you from this range with a normal. Like, it's an arrow, it's a projectile, but it's still a normal, right? Like, there are a lot of characters with a lot of good range, and I'm not saying Gran has the worst range in the game. Fucking Lancelot's range probably isn't amazing either, but he can dash and fly all over the screen. He's mix-up master, RTSD, Unga Bunga, what the fuck character. So that's how he's supposed to be designed. Gran is balanced, but Gran doesn't have the buttons. So when you're Gran, and you're dealing with this at round start, and this fucking Dawson limbs, it's not the easiest thing to do to get in. You know what I mean? Like, cause you have to whiff punish these normals, but they're not the easiest normals to whiff punish, right? Like, how do you whiff punish this? With sweep? That'd be my best guess, right? Like, look at this range. And I'm using Fairy, this is an extreme example, but it's the same with Catalina, right? It's the same where, like, I'm in this range, I can get whiff punish for doing anything. So, like, I know from this range, yes, I'm plus on everything. Well, yes, I'm plus on everything from this range, but the strength of these characters is not letting you get in this range. Like, when you play a good Catalina or Fairy player, they're not letting you get here unless they want to mix you. So Fairy's gonna keep you at this range, not full screen, because then you can fireball. Fairy's gonna keep you around this range until you get hit with well, Damn. There we go. Until you get hit with EX Spear. Get over here. And that shit is instant recovery on? Why does that? Hold on. What? Hold on. Her shit is on instant recovery. Did I do that? Fast cooldown. Alright. Yeah, that shit. And she hit you with, look how fast it recovers. Look how fast look at that move right there. Look, it's already back. That's nuts. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, when you play against characters who outrange Gran, like, he has, like, it's hard for him to get in. I know he has a good fireball game, and you can try to back up the full screen, but it's not hard for them to dodge a fireball, and now she's at the range she wants to be at. And if you flinch, you get hit, you get fucking EX Spear into mix, right? And, you know, it is what it is. And this is just one example with Fairy, but Catalina outranges you. Like, Gran does well in the matchups where he can zone out the opponents, right? Or pressure them to death. Like Matera, he can pressure to death, right? That's a good matchup for him. Fairy, not so much, because he can't really just force his way in on her. She's got invincible DP. She's got long range buttons. She's got EX Spear into bullshit. And there's like a lot that Gran has to deal with. Like, whereas if I'm playing Charlotta and I'm right here, I can just fucking charge at you. And especially when she has super, she has a fucking invincible roll super that's safe. It's really, really stupid. And Gran is just really, really stubby. And I know being stubby isn't like the end all be all. Like, oh, you have long range buttons, that makes you the best character in the game. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this character has weaknesses, and he can't capitalize off certain situations like other characters. Like Charlotta's DP, right? It's technically unsafe. But against Gran, I think it's fucking on block. I mean, I think it's just damn near impossible to block, right? Or to punish on block. Somebody with longer buttons can punish it. And there are certain supers, certain moves, certain characters that are easily punished by characters with better normals or better range normals than Gran. Or like, I hit you with this, and then what can I get off of it? This. Whereas Catalina hits you, and she can do 30-40% to you for you doing the same move. And this isn't me saying Catalina is 10 times better than Gran, but she's a good example because she's just like Gran, but up close she doesn't have all the same frame advantage on block. She doesn't have all that same bullshit, and her buttons are 5 frames like his, but she does better in this range. You know, like, her charge isn't gonna be plus like his boot can be, but it reaches farther faster and can lead to more, well, not more damage, I don't want to say that, but it reaches farther faster and it can punish certain things that Gran can't punish. So he's not like he's complete in the sense that he's got it all, but there's a lot that he can't do that other characters can do. So it's not like he's just dominating the entire cast. He just seems dominant sometimes because he's the easiest to use, and he is good, right? Like, once other characters in the game overall, once a meta evolves in this game, Gran is gonna fall down the tier list. I guarantee it. It's gonna be hard to say because more characters are gonna get added to the game, but I guarantee once the meta evolves, Gran is gonna be looked at as not that good because he's not that scary. He's good, and if you're good, he's good. But if you're bad, he's bad, right? Gran is only good if you know what you're doing. And like, yeah, he's got 2L. His overhead is just as slow as everybody else's. And like, if he wants to maintain his plus frames, he's gonna have to like micro walk or dash a little bit. And people can react to that. People can react to it. So eventually the plus frame shenanigans is not gonna work. And the thing is, there aren't that many true setup situations where Gran is guaranteed to be plus that he can't be reversaled out of or hit out of. You know what I mean? Like, if you know this setup, then just wake up DP. Because I can't, like, you're gonna see me do it. And if you see me boot, it's one button DPs in this game, right? If you see the boot come out, DP. Like, so once you know and the matchup knowledge evolves and the meta evolves and people know what Gran's about, they're like, okay, I see what you're doing. I can tech the throw if that comes, you know, like it's not and like don't look for the early throw. The mistake a lot of people make is trying to make a read on the throw. No, don't make a read on the throw. Wait till you get thrown and tech, even if it's a late tech and you get a little bit of damage and knocked down a little bit, or he gets frame advantage. So what? You didn't take the full throw damage and he can't hit you. He just gets a little more pressure. Okay, cool. But don't try to read the throw, because then you whiff a throw. Well, then you whiff a throw. And you know, then that happens, right? Well, you whiff a throw. Well, you get the point, right? You whip a throw and that happens. So you don't do that. But I just think, and I know I didn't show a million examples, but I just think once the meta evolves, like you'll learn to read. People are already reading when people are going to DP, right? DP's hella unsafe. Hella unsafe. His regular super, unsafe on block. This is safe on block, but it's a projectile. Dodge it. Punish him. Happens to me all the time, right? So like once people get the game down better, I guarantee you Gran's gonna drop on the tier list. Not that he's bad, he's not a bad character at all. Gran is really good. Like I can't stress that enough. Gran is good, but Gran isn't like foolproof. He isn't stupid. He has to take risks. And there are other characters in the game that don't have to take risks at all, or risks that are as big. Like what risk is Charlotta taking? She's already hard enough to hit as it is, right? Like this being a good button doesn't matter when you know how to anti her. You can have the reactions to do it. Jumps in this game are really floaty. Look how floaty jumps are. Especially super jumps. Like, if you just play neutral, somebody jumps, oh shit, oh, why don't I get the counter here for that? Oh, that sucks. Anyway, I'm trying to show that counter hit combo, but it won't happen. Anyway, yeah, so please don't take this video on me saying Gran sucks, Gran's trash. No, I think Gran's good, but I think once the game evolves, like, once the game evolves, I don't think this move is gonna get worse. When the game evolves, I don't think this move is gonna get worse, right? I don't think that's gonna get worse, right? And GG is a set play tool. Granted, the same setups over and over might not work, but if you have a move, the nature of this move is this, and he blocks it, there's gonna be a way to throw, there's gonna be a way to pressure, there's gonna be a way to, you know, whatever. There's always gonna be stuff, right? So as the game goes on and on, I don't think that's ever gonna be terrible. You might learn the setup, but you could probably fake the setup. The setup probably has two ways it can go, so it'll be decent. Catalina still got good buttons. She still gets Gran-like damage. Like, granted, she doesn't have the plus shenanigans, but that, like staggers are staggers. And staggers exist in every game where plus frame exists, right? What am I doing? Oh, block off. So staggers have always existed, right? But the thing is, I'm gonna push myself out of it, right? And sure, I can EX Fireball. Now I don't have Fireball for however long. And now I can't do it again. My Fireball's still recovering. Look at that. Like, just block it out with block Gran, block low. You can see his overhead coming a mile away. Once people learn to react to these overheads, which are like almost 30 frames, I think they're like 26 frames or something like that. Universal overhead. Unless it varies from character to character. But it's typically pretty slow. Once you know it, especially Gran's, it's fucking... There's a fucking sound for everybody's too, by the way. Like, he'll get a lot less scary, then you'll know he's gonna go for the throw. And once you know he's gonna go for the throw, wait for him to do it and then tech it. You don't have to tech late, you can still tech early. But I'm just saying, once people get better at the game, you'll realize Gran is not that good. Because he doesn't have any, like staggers are something that everybody can do if you have anything that's plus. Almost everybody can do. It's not anything that he can do specifically that's super broken. Like, if this was always safe, like Charlotta's charge is always safe or damn near always safe in certain matchups, like, you know what I mean? At first, it was something like her DP where it's extremely hard to punish. Like, if it was something like that, then I'd be like, okay, Gran has some stupid bullshit. Or if he had a super, if Gran had a super, or if I have super and you throw a fireball, you die, like Charlotta has, then it would be different, because those are things that are always going to be good no matter how much you know the matchup. It's still going to prevent you from throwing, no matter how well I know the Charlotta matchup. If she has super, I'm not throwing a fireball, especially from like this range. I'm not doing it, because as soon as you hear that, right? Easy super, quarter circle forward. Look how fast I can do that. Like, it's just, and I'm just using Charlotta as an example because it's a very easy example. Like, Demon Flip dive kick is always going to be plus, right? Like, you have to respect that. And like, she can jump, you can try to anti-air, or she can Demon Flip. Like, shit like that is gonna be better than Gran in a month or 2 months or 3 months, right? I don't know. I just wanted to go over that because I see a lot of, and hear a lot of people say, oh, Gran's so stupid, Gran's so busted. Gran has some things that are like, why is that plus, or why is that safe? Well, why is that plus? But they're situational, right? This move isn't just plus all the time. It's punishable if I do that. If I do it from back here, okay, now it's plus. But it's plus, and I'm not, proximity doesn't give me close normals. So it doesn't, like, I'm plus, but what can I do? That's unsafe. Like, I'm plus, but what do I get? My light doesn't reach. You know what I mean? Like, people see plus frames and they think, they lose all thought sometimes. Like, my crouch light doesn't even hit. What can I, like, I can sweep you, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't jail into any pressure. Now, being plus like this is different. This is good. Well, not that. This is always going to be good. EX Fireball up close will always be good because it's right in your face and it's plus, right? I can, you blocked it? Okay, cool. You got to respect the next option. If you don't, you die. See? Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Like, you have to respect that. If you don't respect that, you get hit. And in case I need to show anybody, that's 30% off no effort. Like, hold on. I just wanna, okay. I wanna show like a combo. I wanna show like a combo that shows like how much you can die for not respecting the plus frames. I would probably have to sweep, huh? Something like this. Yeah, so you can lose 50% of your life for not respecting this. So that's always gonna be good. Don't get me wrong. So I want to make that clear. I don't think Gran's bad. Gran can kill you for pressing a button at the wrong time. But I think once you learn the matchup, you'll go, oh, he's hella plus. I'm not gonna press anything. I'm just gonna fucking block it. Cause it's no real. It's not like any 50-50s or anything, right? Just block low. You'll see the overhead block that. If he jumps, if he's in the air anywhere near you, crouch at him. You can't block it. Like, whoa. Well, anti-air. You know? Can't block it, right? Right? See how she's holding block? She's mid-block animation. Oh, I can't cancel that. That kind of sucks. There we go. Hey, it's something. 22%. It's something. I don't know how to combo after this, but you get the point, right? Anyway, what do y'all think? Y'all think Gran is actually the best character in the game? Do you think he's super busted? He should be nerfed. Tim Boot is stupid. You know, like, what do y'all think? Let me know. Leave comments. If you like the video, leave a like, please. Sub, please, but only if you like the content or you want to help me out. I appreciate that too. Again, not saying Gran's bad. I think he's a very solid character, and I'm going to keep playing Gran until Beelzebub comes out. Then I'm dropping Gran and immediately going to Beelzebub because Gran is pretty boring. Gran is pretty stale. And that character's got a teleport and a fucking dive kick and other cool shit that I really would like. So I'm going to be playing them. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to try to do more Gran Blue videos. Subscribe for more content.